Tasmania, or more importantly, a place called Camdale, which is about 6 kilometres out of Burnie, and David is in Warrandyte. I'm just getting a bit of a cold. Okay, we're down on numbers a little bit today because we've got the webinar on a day earlier. Instead of Thursday, we're doing it on Wednesday night because of something David has to do. We need to get a few little things out of the way. On 21st of April, that's next Thursday, David's going to be talking to the Australian Technical Analyst Association in Perth, Western Australia. So if you'd like to go there and see David in person, he'll be there. Now, in the meantime, there's a disclaimer and warning coming up on the screen. Oh, there it is there. Yes, Train the Chartist. There's also a Train the Chartist seminar on April 23rd at 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock. That'll be basically in the CBD area of Perth in Western Australia. So it's April the 23rd. David will have to clear that up for me about the date for the Australian Technical Analysis. Oh, no, but that's the 21st. I'm sorry, I've got that. The 21st, Thursday the 21st, and Train the Chartist will be on the 23rd. So if you're interested in doing that, you can make contact with David. David will give you the details when he comes on shortly. There's also another one coming up in Melbourne on May the 14th. It's a Train the Chartist, and once again that'll be in the central CBD area. I don't have the location just at the moment. Okay, so that's a couple of little things. When David does come on in a few minutes, I'm going to ask him a question: what is actually involved in Train the Chartist? What you can expect to see and do there. Now in a minute we're going to see the disclaimer coming on, and that'll be coming on the screen in a moment. Now I presume I've been on until now, but I may not have, I don't know. We'll have to wait till David to come on. In the meantime, assuming that you are here listening to me, I've also got an interesting thing which I've come across. We'll do the disclaimer in a minute. There's a person who
yes, we are.
How long have we been on air, David?
Last 2 minutes.
Last 2 minutes. Okay. Well, did you hear me talk about the event in Western Australia?
Yes.
You did. Everyone heard that. Okay.
Yes.
So I had no way of knowing. Now, there's a person called Francois wrote into David with a piece that they put down, and it was very good, and I took a copy of it, and I'd like to share it with you tonight. It's called Trading Lessons. Just before we get down to business, well, let's first of all, David, can we do the disclaimer and get that out of the way, please? If you could do that for me.
Okay, warning and disclaimer. This has been prepared by Ideal Financial Group Proprietary Limited, Corporate Authorised Representative 299753 of Aruda Proprietary Limited, AFSL 338674, and Adesk Trading Proprietary Limited. This is general advice and does not constitute financial product advice, and does not take into account your investment objectives, financial situations, or particular needs. Prior to seeking advice from Ideal Financial Group, you should obtain and consider our Financial Services Guide and the Product Disclosure Statement, PDS, issued by and available from i-deal.com.au. Minimum commission, interest rate, platform fees, dividends, variation, other fees and charges may apply. While we've made every effort to ensure the accuracy of the information as at the date of publication, Ideal gives no warranty or representation as to the accuracy, completeness of the information. To the extent permitted by law, Ideal accepts no responsibility for errors, misstatements or negligent otherwise. The information provided may be based on assumptions or market conditions and may change without notice. You should always consult a licensed investment advisor before making investment decisions. Past performance is no guarantee of future performance, and there is a risk of losses in trading as well as potential for profit. This is risky. We're talking about derivatives in some cases, which you could lose all of your deposit or more if you get it wrong and don't trade with stop losses, or the position is left open. Now, Ideal, I must say, John Robertson is one of the best brokers I have ever met in terms of execution, and he is also a broker who will help you when you help yourself, and he's very, very useful for those people who are managing their own way of trading, and he makes sure that you can trade your way. Some brokers want to actually interfere with the way that you trade, and that's anathema to me. That's why I like John Robertson. I believe John may be on tonight. He may come in. So let's begin, Terry.
Right. Well, I had no way of knowing whether I was on or not, so let's go back a little bit. The Australian Technical Analysts Association in Perth, next Thursday, the 21st of April. What location will that be at? And if somebody is over there and they want to go to it, how do they do it?
Yeah, that's be good if people come along and say hello. Now that's generally that's somewhere in the University of. Don't quote me. You've dropped that on me really quickly. I usually find out a little bit later, but it is at. You can actually say at the ATAA. You can come in as a member. It's on the Thursday, the 21st at 5:45 p.m. And here is the location: St Catherine's College, corner of Stirling Highway and Winthrop Avenue, Crawley, entrance off Stirling Highway, and the first visit is free. You can come along and meet me, and this is me talking to. You can see my bio here, and they've given the most uninteresting topic. I gave them a good one. I don't know why they came up with that one, but there's a map that you can get to and have a look at if you want to have a look at that one. Maybe here's the map.
Okay.
If you need that.
Well, I've been to a couple of those in Melbourne. They're quite good. If you've never been to one, it's probably worth going.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, there's a map and all.
There you go. Yeah. Just near the University of WA.
Okay. Now the Train the Chartist day you're having is on the 23rd of April. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
And if you want to go to that, you go to Profit Hunters. Well, you'll all know how to do that. You come to this thing tonight, you'll know how to get to Profit Hunters. What is the cost of going to that?
That is, it's embarrassing.
$297, I think.
$297 for actually $297. And it's for the full day. You get all of my information to get you a great base as a chartist. So the objective of the Train the Chartist is to give you a very good base in the markets and a very good base for charting techniques. I give you the original tools that I use, the patterns that I look for, the structure of volume that I look for, and the way of thinking in the markets that I believe will give you the best way of moving forward, whether you use my services or whether you don't. And whether or not you use my services, it doesn't matter for this. In fact, I've got, we've just had a person who's booked in for their 4th Train the Chartist seminar now, I believe. He's done this Train the Chartist in Sydney, one in South Australia, one in Melbourne, and I believe that in the next one he's coming up for the Melbourne one, which is on the May 4th, May 14th. I'm just going to put up the, is anyone from Perth here in the audience? I'll just put that link up there for that. If you check in your chat box, you should see that coming through right now. And oops, and that's okay. And there's quite a few hands coming up. And so if you want to see more of me, you can see me in Perth. I'll just, and those in Melbourne, you can see this is from Melbourne, May 14th.
Well, that's on the screen. That's on the screen now.
Yeah, and Melbourne, May 14th is coming through. And if you're wondering what you should do, there's actually some things going on in both Sydney and Singapore, but anything you want to see that goes on with me, it's on the events page, which is just coming through there. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Well, that's very good. Now, I was about to, just quickly to get this out of the way, and
Can you
it's
get
not
the
all about
transcript
answering
of the
questions.
chain the chartist, the cost? Matt, there's
Yeah,
no
well,
chain the chartist transcript. There may be a video available. Let me know via email to david@addes.com.au if you want a video of that. There's somebody has volunteered to do a video. That will be the same price, $247 with full materials as well.
right, okay, that's very good. Now, Francois wrote this article, or not an article, this thing which I thought was very good, and I'd like to share it with you tonight. That's why you sort a few things out there. Trading lessons, according to Francois. Number one, you cannot be right all the time, therefore have stops, stops, and stops. 2, don't get arrogant ever. 3, if you have a great win, bank 100% of the cash and walk away. If you don't, the very next quick trade you make will cost you more than you made in the quick profit in the trade you just made. 4, I trade much better with a top expert to guide me, even though I might not take even 10% of the trades. The moment I do is usually a winner. 5, it's okay to be out of the market for a period of time, sometimes for many months. It won't run away. Next, there are times to trade and there are times to fish. I think I've jumped a page here. I have, I'm sorry. Francois, sorry about that. 6, when trading the SPY, take all emotions out of the decisions. It's about ranges, analysis, support levels and stops. 7, sometimes you get real lucky or unlucky. It's the market. That's what trading is about. 8, a good system has far more value than gut feelings. 9, manage your capital, first as a protection and second as a profit. 10, get yourself a good mentor. I have 2 and I listen to them. 11, don't get too serious about it. If you have sleepless nights, reduce your positions, get out and have some sleep. So I thought that was a good one to share, Dave.
It is very good, and you should replay those steps. And if you want that, send me an email, and we'll get that to you in physical PDF format so that you can read it and ruminate on it. And yeah, Francois has improved out of sight since I first met him as a trader and investor as well. So it's great. I want to know who his other mentor is. I'd like to know that. Okay, let's get going.
Okay. Considering we're doing this out of one day and not a lot of notice, there's been a lot of people who have come along. Right, first question's from Rob. Now, I don't understand this. It says bit of a BOYB. What does that stand for?
That's called a back on your bikes trade.
Oh, I know that one. Yes, okay.
And that means,
a bit of a back on your bike in
so,
RFF.
Yeah, to explain a little bit further. So it's RMM, is that right?
Yeah, RFF. Yeah.
RFF. Okay.
Real funds. I did okay, but sold before the move up in the mid-March.
Yep.
I've been waiting for it to come down.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, this one has been moving along nice on the monthly charts, no question about that. Volume is good. So what we're seeing here is probably the fifth wave move up. Now, this should be one of the final moves up on this leg. So what I'd be looking for is to run this up to the next level, which is probably around about the $1.63 area. Maybe, yeah, $1.60. You might get a failure from there. So we've seen a nice movement up, and you'd be looking to take profit up there. Anything if it can't get above there, it'll be in trouble. Now, in terms of Rob's position, you'd be inclined to buy it down towards $1.48 with a stop loss below $1.40 on a closing price basis. Now, when we resolve down to the weekly charts, and I won't go any further than that, we can see that certainly my original eyeball guesstimate of $1.63 was right on the money. And the stop at the moment, I think you need $1.50 if you're trying to hold on the weeklies. There is some divergence. It's already hit some tops. So at the moment, it's okay. It's looking for buying. So if you're looking to buy this, buy a break above $1.56 with a stop loss below $1.52.
Okay. Now, Stuart asks, would you mind charting Aristocrat? The current expanding pattern is concerning me.
So I have to remember that it's Aristocrat's ALL. We haven't been ALL. I think it's ALL. If you give me the code there, so when you ask a question, if you can please.
I don't have a code.
I'm just saying for people when they're asking questions, please give me the code. Sometimes I get a bit rusty. Sometimes it's all good. So Aristocrat. I wouldn't call that an expanding pattern. It's more of a contracting pattern, but nonetheless, it is overloved. And another push up towards about $10.44, I believe, would be a reason to take some profit. At the moment, a breakdown below $9.46 would also be caution, and you see it down to $8.97. But really the big juicy area for the next buying area is $7.31. I remember back in the 2011-2012 days saying, yeah, it's come up from $2 and it's gone to $4 and it's a little bit expensive now, and then it just kept on going. So this has been phenomenal, and easy money has helped this greatly. At the moment, I would say you're best off hoping for, as a long-term investor, hoping for $7.39. And if you are worried about it, we'll drop down to the weekly chart to see if there's anything to that expanding pattern. It's really more likely some sort of B wave with a focus at $9.07 on a breakdown below $9.55. So if you're long, stop yourself out below $9.55. If you are keen to buy, you might want to buy a break above $10.17, looking for $10.50 and a possibility of $11.65 if it's pushing on a fifth wave pattern.
Right. Very good. Now, Andrew asks, ADJ long, short term and medium term.
ADJ. Okay, now with these, I'm going to do medium term and a longer term for ad slot. For this reason, if I give you short term, this is a webinar that is recorded and will go for the next month or so that people can download. So if I give you a short term, it won't mean anything much, and really because one of the problems I've found is that people get my advice on these things, and if they're not a Profit Hunter Group member, they can't actually ask me what to do in the short term when the short term arrives. Now, so if they're members, they can ask me, but you can't ask me any other time. I'm not on Your Money, Your Call unless it's once a month or once every 2 months, and then I just don't answer questions. I get so many questions from members, so people email me. I can't answer the questions that come in sporadically by virtue of my license. I can do that at these public webinars, but I can't individually do that. So you might consider joining the AustralianSharesReport.com.au. You can get a trial for 7 days and $7. You can get a free sample there. Go and have a look at that, AustralianSharesReport.com.au. If you're an investor of self-managed super funds, and I might actually, if you want the link that goes in for that, you can get the, I might send you that later, but this is the link for that one. So on ad slot, what we see here is really it's kind of constrained, and it's interesting in terms of the volume, and if it wants to blow its head off, above 10 cents is a reasonable buying basis on a weekly close, with a stop loss below 8.2 cents. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that if it gets above there. So shorter term, just to answer you quickly in some odd ways, you are already in the zone where you want to take some profit shorter term, and that would be okay. So on the weekly chart here, we can see volumes picking up. So yeah, a break above that 10.5 cents or above 10 cents would be a healthy place to start going long. Stop loss below 9 cents and clearing towards 12 cents.
Okay, we're now moving into the area where I've got, we've asked about two banks here, but before we do that, I've got a little bit of information that I haven't been able to share with you as yet, but now's the time. I'm not going to say which bank, as I say, I'm not going to say which bank. You can work that out yourself. But there's a fellow I know who's a manager, and I spoke to him today, and he was saying that they're now starting to get quite a few people coming in and saying that they can't meet their payments on their home loan.
Yeah.
And he said that the type of people who are coming, and he's noticed in the last 6 months it's now ramped up. Hardly saw any of it, but it's now starting to rear its head. He doesn't actually handle it because they go through to a special division in which bank, I won't tell you, and they then process it, so he doesn't know what the outcome is. But he did say that he felt that the type of person coming in with these distressed loans were a little bit, what do you want to use the word, not the sharpest chisel in the rack. Nice people, but not over savvy. And I just wonder if this is the start of a bigger trend. He's also noticed in the last 6 months that things have really quietened down at the bank, and there is the number of people coming in and wanting to take out loans and those types of things are really starting to fall away.
Personally, so I think what you'll find is that people are overstuffed with loans, and yes, we've seen the greed phase in loans at the moment.
Yeah, so I think that is this the start of something bigger? I don't know, but for what it's worth, I'll throw that into the ring. Now, Matt asks 4 questions. Now, we don't normally do 4, but they're going to be covered by other people elsewhere, so let's do them, I think. I'll give you the 4 now: SEEK, SEK, Telstra, CBA, and NAB.
Okay, feed them to me slowly, please, Terry. My mind focuses on the front thing first.
Let's do the first one, SEEK.
Okay, so SEEK.
SEK.
I've been talking about SEEK being a bit old and tired, and we're starting to see on the monthly charts it start to roll to the downside. And it hasn't quite smashed it, but below $14.80 starts to worry me, and particularly below $14.50. So SEEK is a bank the cash if you are into that, if you're long that. And there's a few other reasons on the weekly charts why you should see it. Probably down to $13.38, possibly down to $8.50.
Okay. So you'd be banking your cash on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Telstra, TLS.
Well, Telstra has been a wonderful thing ever since I stood up on the television a year or so ago, a bit ago, and said, "Oh, Telstra just topped out at $6." And I actually given a target a long time ago down when it was in the $4 of $6.66 or $6.67. It actually blew through there by 6 cents, which was a little bit annoying for my ego, but we can see now a 5-wave structure in the downside. So Telstra is on the nose, looking down towards $4.15 on some measures. Now, it needs to clear through about $5.80 to be any good on my books. and we're playing a game. We are actually being slightly long on a short-term PHG trade, and we bought it in at $5.13. It's gone nowhere since then. We've only taken a half position on that, and so it's heavy despite the fact that it's got dividends. The best I would expect it to see is up to $5.65 at the moment, and more likely $4.66 on the downside.
Right. So is it one you'd stay away from or trade?
Yeah, we're long as a dagger catch, a bit of a nibble, but as a PHG trade, as I said, and we're just seeing how it goes. A stop is very tight, and we'll add to that. We'll have another go, but I'm not expecting a lot out of Telstra at the moment.
Right. CBA.
CBA, what bank is that?
That's an interesting one.
Now CBA has been playing a range where it gets down to $70 and goes back up to $78, and it's been doing that for months. Now this isn't a descending triangle, and the information that you just gave me about some bank, which you called which bank, does not surprise me in that the people have been massively borrowing money. Now I've been giving a target on the downside of $68.58 and $62 for quite some time, $62 for longer. Now what will happen here is this is a descending triangle, and we should see this breakdown. This has had on the monthly chart 4 goes. The next time it goes through $70, it will go through, and it will ignore $68.58 on the downside, and particularly if the put that you're getting from your bank manager, it will be destructive if other branches are doing that. So business-wise, they start to fail. Recently, we've been looking for a rally in the banks. As if you go back through the forecast, if you want a recording of that, you can buy that off the website now, or send me an email. We've been looking for a rally in the bank, in this bank in particular, and a couple of the other ones. We've been long even ANZ, which is pretty fun. $75.92 would be the logical target for it to get to. Now I'm going to look at the daily charts, and we can see that there's some volume which indicates the 75.92 is quite possible still. So I'm happy with CBA at the moment, but I will hit it with a big stick at the right level. And so if you're long, best idea is to take some profit, maybe at 75.19, just in case it doesn't get there. Okay.
Right. Okay, that's good. And our friends around the corner at NAB.
NAB, Australia's worst bank, has been not quite as bad, and it's in confused state. I've been hoping for $23.72 on the downside, but more likely $29.13 on the top side is possible. It's in a confused state. I'm confused about it. I don't think that you should be spending I don't think you should be spending a lot of time thinking about this bank, but being long is okay on a break above $26.32 with a stop loss below $24.71, hoping for $29.13. And the timing I did in the forecast webinar for when it should top and the other banks should top, you might want to have a look at that. I do a lot of timing in those forecast webinars that I hold every Monday night. So if you're into timing the market and trying to work out what the general flow is and planning out your campaigns in shares, that's what I do for people in the forecast webinars, which bronze profit over group members attend.
Yeah. Just one thing, that bank person I talked to, I'm not his customer. I've known him for a long time as a personal thing, so it's not on a business basis.
That's
now,
fine.
Bruno asks long MIG. We like some price targets on these.
Actually, MIG appeared on the bullhorns and bear pause warnings just recently, and it's on the bear pause warnings at the moment. and MIG is generally got an oppressive side to it, to the downside. It's had a good bounce, a nice double bottom. If you have been long from this low, it's a good idea to start banking some cash because it probably comes back down to 52 cents. On the weekly charts, we can
down to what?
Sorry?
I missed that. You broke up. It'll come down to what?
Down to 52.
Did you say 52 cents?
At the moment,
56, okay.
It's been hit on good volume, looking down to 60 cents.
Right, okay. No, it's just that you broke up when that came over. Next one, CM8.
CM8, I've not heard of this one ever.
No.
Okay, boom. Okay. Probably comes back down to 20 cents. Now, yeah, 20 cents is probably the best guess scenario at the moment. Basically, I need it to get a little bit more life above 25 cents on that time frame.
Okay. Next one, LPE.
Okay, LPE. LPE Holding, another one I haven't really come across before. Nice little base breakout, I must say. That's interesting me. There's certainly some nice things about it. It looks like it disappeared for a while, just totally didn't trade. I don't know what that was the reason, what the reason was on that one. And
Had a big jump in August.
yeah, it looked like it didn't trade for a week or so. Just in this period, I don't know why that is, but let's not ruminate on that too much. We can see here, this has been moving up nicely, but this is probably a B wave with a movement back down to about 2.6 cents or 2.2 cents on the downside as being a way to compensate for its, to correct at least its overbought position. On the monthly charts, we can see volume to the downside was fairly strong last time, and so I'd be looking for 2.6 cents on the downside then.
Okay.
Andrew says it's a backdoor listing. Is somebody saying my screen has been frozen? Is that true? No, it doesn't look like that to me. Go ahead.
No, it's working fine here. BUD.
And is that Buddy?
I don't know.
Yeah, Buddy. Okay. So it's pulled back nicely. If you're looking to buy this, it's okay. Have a buy with a stop loss at 8.3 cents, hoping for 30 cents not in the longer term. We've seen a nice breakout on the weekly charts, and if you're long on the weekly charts, your stop can be 13 cents, targeting 20 cents in the medium term.
Okay, well, I hope that's good for you, Bruno, and all the other people as well. Matt, Entry on RAP, RAP.
RAP. Now this used to be a favourite of PHG members. So since then I've been saying it's been in a bit of churning price action and not to bother too much about it. Now it's still in that churning price action. It will go higher. We are looking for it to head towards, we were looking at originally for it to head towards about 30 cents, which it has done that. Next target will be 45 cents on the top side. If you are long or if you're trying to buy dips, the best area to buy is down towards 22 cents with a stop loss below 19 cents on close. And yeah, it's probably got a little bit more of a pullback down and before it presses high to that 45 cents area.
Okay. Next one from Matt is SMN. Structural
monitoring.
It stands for Sam might know.
Now let's see if this comes up on my thing in here. This data gets refreshed in the morning, my time, our time. So it's not always fresh in this evening, but I use it for some specific purposes. Structural monitoring has had an outside reversal week so far, given the data that we've, day on Tuesday and on Monday. Terry, do you think people would like to see the PHG trades that we've got on, or should we just leave that? I think it's probably best to leave it, eh? Okay, now let's just leave it for the members. So really we're looking up towards $2.55 on the top side. Brian, have you got no sound? It's sound is here. Okay, $2.56. Now on the weekly charts, on the monthly charts, it's still free and good. You just don't want to see it drop below about $1.68. Then you'll probably find it down to $1.40. So have your stop loss there. And structural monitoring, yeah. I like to see it start kicking a little bit harder. It is pretty well overloved on the upside. So I'd be a bit cautious about going out. I think you'll get better levels to buy. Focus on $1.73, sorry, $1.71 on the downside there. Stop underneath $1.60 if you can handle it. Okay,
that's very good. If you had some of those back in August last year, you'd be very happy.
Yeah, this is one that came up with. Came up on the radar screen probably at the end of last year, and it went for rip roar, then had a good pullback, and it's now got some legs up again, and probably too much love.
No worries. Well, thank you for that. Thanks, Matt, for coming up with those two questions. They're good ones. Wayne. Now we're back into the bank territory. It's a slightly different bent on the question. Wayne says the big three banks go ex-dividend in 4 weeks. That's ANZ, NAB and Westpac.
Yep.
Ex-dividend in 4 weeks. So what is your thoughts there?
Well, if you like, well, certainly we've noticed that the dividend buyers came back in yesterday. We've been buying ANZ as a PHG trade. We bought that yesterday.
Yep. Yes.
I had been looking for slightly lower in Westpac, sorry, in ANZ, and we bought it at $22.60. Actually, and on dips down to $22.50. So we're up.
Right.
60 cents or something since we got in.
Right.
Now the target is $23.70. Volume is okay. It probably can go to $24.71 on the top side. So what we're seeing is normal dividend chasing behaviour.
Yep.
Just normal dividend.
Well, that's a good PHG trade for the members who took that.
Sorry?
That's a good PhD trade for the members who took that trade.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I try and like, one guy calls me the Muhammad Ali. We hang on the ropes, we wait, and then we go and kick the shit out of it when the time's right. I thought that was a pretty apt description of what we do as a PhD.
There's a lot of people come to this, and they're welcome guests, and we like having them. For them to be Profit Hunter members, what does it cost? What's the minimum cost for them to go in at if they're thinking of doing it?
Okay, the minimum cost for being a bronze member is $197 per month, and this would apply to people who are investors or people who like to time their market timers. So what I give is the timing of the markets. For example, I've been saying we should be looking for a rally in the Australian stock market for a certain period. Over the that was Monday's forecast. I was saying buy the banks, and the forecast webinar, if you want to check that, you can get that from the website. And the way to do that is to go to this area here, and I'll explain to you. The website's a little bit slow. You go to profithunters.com.au, and if you're a non-member, you can, for members, they can watch the recording now. You can also watch my Old Gold webinar. That's a free one. That's the one I did last week. And you can watch if you go to this button here, you can watch my predictions for 2016 equities webinar. It's a paid for one. You can go down and click on that, and if you're a non-member, you can order the recording. So in terms of that, bronze members get to, if they're investors or they're self-managed super funds who are not so active in the markets, but they want to go with the flow of the market. And after all, it's time in the market, and as well as timing the market that you can work with. So the best returns always come from making sure that you're not invested as the market falls and you're invested as the market rises. It's not from stock selection. I can see all these people picking stocks and things, and that's fantastic. But the bronze membership makes sure you're with the flow of the market, and that's for investors and longer term traders who want to be with the flow of the market. And you can go to bronze membership and look at the About membership under the membership site. So I'm not here to carry on too much about that. But the minimum price for that is $197 per month, or if you want to save some money, you can pay annually.
Okay. Well, they know where to go and find it if they're thinking that way, and like you only have to make one trade and it pays itself, really.
Oh, so a lot of people didn't have enough money to do Profit Hunters silver and gold membership, and then they joined the bronze membership and they built their equity up from there, from using that. There's certainly an accountant in Adelaide who did that, and it was really nice to see him, a young fella just starting out with a family. It was nice to see him start to earn money from investing and trading that way. I really like that stuff.
We have to keep moving. NAB and Westpac.
NAB and Westpac. Well, we have covered NAB. Westpac has got 3 dividends at the moment. I kind of like Westpac more than most of the banks, not because of the 3 dividends, but because of the way that its pattern has been. It's been threatening to go bad. Beg your pardon?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did Westpac going well, did Gail Kelly have a big part in that?
Certainly, I guess it's all perception. This whole thing's about perception. The problems that BHP is having is a direct result of what Marius Kloppers did, but he's seen as a hero and Andrew Mackenzie is seen as a villain. But Mackenzie is living with the problems and the stuffing up that Marius Kloppers did. So, Westpac, was Gail Kelly wonderful? I was with her as a St George shareholder into Westpac. you know, it's the people. It's like Billy McMahon. Everyone says Billy McMahon was a great treasurer, but they hated him as a prime minister. He was a great treasurer because it was in the late 60s and everybody was having a good time. So it's a person for a cycle, really.
Yeah.
She's representative. She's really not the whole business, and you know, people loved her. But you know, has she got any skeletons that she's, or you know, time bomb she's embedded in Westpac? We don't know that until we get a few years down the track. Maurice Klopper certainly embedded a time bomb with BHP by going to spot contracts instead of long-term contracts in iron ore. The company would be worth a lot more if Maurice Kloppers had not gone to spot contracts.
Okay, that's good. So Westpac in general, just to answer that question?
Westpac in general is one of the most positive of the Australian banks, and probably we're looking towards $34 or $35 on a break up above $31.50. At the moment I'd be looking for $31.42, and as the dividend chasers are into it.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time left. Now, speaking about BHP before, I remember you were talking about it going down to $10, and then your current thinking of, if you'd like to share with us your current thoughts.
Yeah, well, like I said, you missed out, Steph. I was talking about BHP going up to about $20 before it goes down to $9 or $10. Currently, I've been buying BHP from my own account down at $16.20. I think it was last week it got down there, so I got mine in at $16.20. Where are we? And we've seen that's been a lay down misere, beautiful trade there. Here it was this day here.
So what you're saying is you just bought some more at $16.20 last week.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your current thinking on that one then?
Well, like I've been saying, it's a PHG trade in the US equities section of the Profit Hunter Group, and it's been a stock I've been encouraging people to buy, looking for that $18 to $20 area, maybe $21, as I talked about in the ATAA and quite a few other times. So it's been a nice run for this, and really on this time we've got a little bit more time up our sleeves. We've certainly got some fun times. It's just gone long on basically the MACD, and we'll be looking to take profit up a bit higher up on BHP. I used my reverse indicator. We have a fantastic reverse indicator. That's the reason why I got really bullish about that. I share that with the Profit Hunter Group members. This is Fortescue. This is also a PHG trade. I think I'll pop up the PHG trades. I'll just move this away because sometimes it comes up with funny stuff.
Why are you typing that in? The timeline that you're looking at for BHP to go up to the point where you'll take your profit is in the next month, is it?
Yeah, it's in the forecast that I gave on Monday night, Terry. So we'll move on because people can access that just straight away. And
that's for Profit Hunter members.
It's really for the Profit Hunters and people who can even buy the forecast. So we'll look at the PHG trades just quickly. I know most people don't really want to see that because it's really just something that.
Just while you're working on that, I've got another question without notice. You're talking about the $9, $10 mark.
Yes.
When are you likely to expect to see that?
Again, that's in the forecast that I've been doing. So I do a forecast for BHP's prices. So here we've got the ANZ. It is entered there. That's a little typo. It needs to be in there. FMG. Oops, too much here. FMG. We got in at 266. Currently the stop's at 264 and targeting 287 or $3. Both of those have been achieved recently, and we better reset a target on that, shouldn't we? So I better edit those. Okay, so the next one was really the 326 area with the possibility of 369. So this is an area where if you wanted to and you were long from, where are we? Here from 266, so we're on a PHG trade. We've been long from this day here at 266. You're up about 20% in 3 trading days. It's not fully. It's a bit further than that, isn't it? That's actually. This is on the delayed the end data, so you're up a bit more than that, probably, yeah. So at the moment now we're starting to want to really screw that stop loss up to $2.80 on there, and I think I'll move that. So just for the PHG members, let's preview. I'll just get that fixed up. So if you can write that down for the morning, 280, and the new target is really that 329. So that's not bad, over 20% in a couple of days. Is anybody arguing with that? I don't think so. Okay.
Well, that's good. Sarah wants to know about NVP, short-term, long-term. She says, I have a position from a lower level, and your thoughts how to manage this trade?
Medical developments. Okay, MVP, it's rallying but on slightly decreasing volume, which is a little bit disturbing. And we'd expect $4.79 on the downside as a first blush area to $4.56. So if you have been long, I'd be looking for some reasons. Yeah, this week's volume is not right. I'll be looking for some reasons to sell out towards $5.39 or $5.50 if you've got that. Let's check on the dailies. The volume is increasing. It probably reached enough on the downside. So how I'd manage this would be look to rally up back up to 561, maybe 539 to a bit easily, and run a stop at $5.03 right now.
Okay. The next one is AVH, short long term.
ABH.
Now AVH.
Avita Medical. Now, good breakout. My issue is a couple of things. We probably achieved most of the target that needs to achieve. Let's drill down a little bit closer. Yeah, it's probably worthy of coming back down to about 12 cents. See on the dailies. Yeah, I'd be running a stop at 13. It's a bit tough. It's such a marginal. I think you'll find that you're probably better off having a stop, say, at about 13 cents now. If it pulls back down, it's going to be somewhere between 11 to 12 cents. And then you look to pick it up again with a stop loss below 10 cents.
Now, I've got a call here from one from Sharon, and she wants to know Wesfarmers, WES, short term, and the best target to short. So she's thinking it could be a short coming.
Yeah, Terry, unfortunately, because I don't know whether there's sophisticated investors in there, whether what the level of knowledge there is here. We won't be talking about shorts and short term, as I said at the start. Just can't do that.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So you can't give her a target to short.
Well, I can give $34.52, but it's a much longer term target. Oh, that's on a breakdown below $38. So your stop would need to be above $42, and you'd also need to know what you're doing. You see,
Well, how about I ask another
this is
question?
for general consumption. It's more like PG rating. If you like X rating or R rating, then you become a profit owner group member.
Well, how about we do it another way? Do you see it as a potential short in the future?
I just explained that as a short on those terms, yes.
I didn't understand it.
Okay.
Okay.
This would be on a breakdown below $38. It's at risk of going down to $34.52. So if you're an investor, you don't want to see that. If you're a sophisticated trader, then you can do that, and you're on your own with that if you're not a PhD member. That's all.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, WOR, short-term as a long trade.
Worley Parsons, we discussed that today in a PHG group. I think I'll pull that up first because I'd like to see what I said, how the market's gone. So that's a good way of keeping you. I'll steer on there, so just so we can go there. I'm pretty sure I covered WPL today, so let's go to the posts, small posts. Oh, if you want to go to Perth, call Derek Locke or Julian Burridge. Julian's actually a very good trader. I've known him for about probably 30 years on the downside. So, since youth, since he and I were youths, if you like. So let's go and see what I said about Worley Parsons before I open my mouth. And then you can see whether I've been useful or not. Okay, so wrong one. Okay, not to worry, we'll move on to the ASX transcripts. That's just a good way of moving around if you're in the posts area and looking at posts. You can just move it on there. And if you want to search for something, you type in WOR.ASX, and you can see up in the top corner here W, and it takes you to it. And Vestas time frame, volume was great last month. There's been a pullback now, so if you wanted to buy this, you could do so with a stop that is fairly tight at $4.37, or if you wanted to tie a stop loss at $4.70, hoping for $7.36 on the top side. So this is today's traders volume. The volume is not as impressive in the pattern in the shorter term. Expects $5.79, and this on the downside, what we're seeing here is, what we saw today is a little bit of what I said. It's kind of okay, but it's still like what I said today. It's kind of okay. We're looking for a little bit higher, and you can buy now. So I told them to buy this morning. So if you had bought this morning on the open at $5.42 at the webinar, you'd be up basically 80 cents today per share, whatever that means to you position size wise. You can do the maths. If you've got 10,000 shares, I guess you multiply that by 80 cents. Stop losses would be at $5. You can have a little bit tighter now. I bring that stop up to $5.24. So that's an example of the PHG trade. So it's, I said it's okay to buy. It's had a pullback, so it's okay, and you can have a tight stop loss on that one. If it breaks $6, expect towards $6.50, and long stop at $5.32 now. Okay.
Okay, well, that's brings it to an end because it's now 9 o'clock. So I thank you. It's been a good session tonight. I think everyone would agree. And we look forward to seeing you next time we're together in about a month's time.
John Robertson of Ideal. And if you are in Melbourne or Perth, Train the Chartist is on the 23rd of April. And that's coming up Saturday week. And if you are, you can get that from the profithunters.com.au site. And I'll give you the links if you like. I'll put those up again. Give me a call if you feel like going and you want to have a little bit more of a discussion about that. We'll put that up on the link. And thanks, Matt. And also on Melbourne, if anybody's in Melbourne here, this person will be there. One of the PHG members actually is coming to his 4th Train the Chartist in Melbourne, and that will be May Train the Chartist in Melbourne at May 14th, and I'll be speaking at the ATAA in Melbourne in May, and the ATAA in Perth next Thursday, so Thursday week. So I look forward to seeing you, and have a good one, everybody. Thanks, Jerry.
Bye-bye.